So today I have something pretty cool for you guys. It's a deck profile of one of my favorite decks, my hero deck. And I got the main idea from Sam from Team Samurai X1. It's not the exact same as his deck. There's a couple cards that are different. Mainly because I don't have like all the big top meta cards, so I just made it kind of, I don't know, I guess it could kind of compete with meta. Because I've used it on EDO Pro and it does fine. I've beaten Virtual World with it. So I guess it depends on your take on it. So yeah, let's check it out. So let's see, first off here we have 3 Stratos. He's the main, he's like basically your main, you know, with elemental heroes, this is your main go-to guy, because you can search, or also you can destroy spells and traps on the field up to the number of hero monsters you control, except this card. So if your field's full with hero monsters, you summon a Stratos, you can potentially board wipe the back row. So it's pretty good combo. A lot of people forget about that destroy one spell or trap, or destroy the spell and trap effect. They mostly use Stratos for search, which I do also. I mean, with this deck, you mainly use them for search. Then comes the 2 Shadow Mist. Obviously very good. So basically you use this card to special summon and get mass change most of the time. Sometimes you use her graveyard effect too. It depends, you know, it's kind of situational, I guess. Then I run 1 Honest Neos, 1 Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, and 1 Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. So these are parts of a combo, which you pretty much only need 1 of for these. You can probably add in, you know, if you feel you need 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, you know, you can add in here or there. But I find 1 of each is, I think it's good, because you can search. Like with most of the hero deck is searching anyway, so it's like you bring out everything you need. Vision Hero Ferris. It's part of the Vision Hero engine, and 2 Vision Hero Increase. Obviously these 2 go into each other. Then 2 Vision Hero Vion. So basically this is basically your Vision Hero package. You're using Ferris as your combo starter, then Increase, and then you search out Vion, obviously, and go from there. Then we have 2 Destiny Hero Malicious, which is another kind of extender for the combo. I think he's necessary to run in hero decks, just because you know, Cross Crusader and his effect to getting extra body on the field. Because like, say you're in trouble, right, and you're out of monsters, this is in your graveyard. So you have mass change in your hand, you can banish him, summon Malicious, use your mass change, boom, you got Dark Law right there, or N key. And then lastly, we have 1 Evil Hero Dusted Gold. And he's mainly to get, is it Dark Calling, I think it is? I believe that's the fusion for Bane, I can't remember what it is. But yeah, he's basically, oh yeah, it's on his card. Oh, Dark Fusion. Yeah, basically you use him to search Dark Fusion, because you do not want to see Dark Fusion in your hand. It can be a brick sometimes. And just drawing, like even if you draw a Dusted Gold, that's a search. That's one search for your deck. So it eliminates one card from your deck. So it's, you know, for me, Heroes is all about the searching power. Like, you want to search everything you can, clear out your deck, then you start drawing into more cards you need. So then next is your spells. 3 emergency calls. Very important. Obviously, you guys should know what these do. They search out heroes combo pieces. Reinforcement of the army. Very good. This potentially is a 4th Vision hero Ferris or Stratos, depending on your situation. So that's a must-have in the deck. Then you got 3 mass change, obviously. If you're running Shadow Mist. And then I run 1 polymerization. You all know what that does. 1 dark calling. That's for Malicious Bane. Yeah, you really just don't want to draw into this card, because this is basically a brick. Because to me, this is like, first of all, it's used in in some of your combos. Second of all, it's better off late game, I feel like. Then you got 2 super polymerizations. And 1 miracle fusion. So that rounds off, I think that's all the fusion spells in the deck. And then I run 1 Monster Reborn, 1 A Hero Lives, and 1 Called by the Grave. So obviously very good, very good, very good. You know, these could all be, these 2 could be extenders to your combos. This obviously for Ash Blossom, or, you know, some hand traps, gets rid of them. Then I run 2 Ash Blossoms and Joyous Springs. I tried 3, and to me that's very bricky. Like, you draw into, basically I've drawn into it when I really don't need it. So I think 2 is it's a solid number. 1 Infinite Impermanence, because basically I find a lot of decks can still play around these cards. So I don't know, I personally feel like they're not as powerful as they were, but you know, I still have it just in case. You know, you never know what you'll run into. But nowadays, like, I feel like they can still like run through that combo. And then these last couple are the cards I personally put in the deck. And again, you know, this last hand trap section and all that it's personal preference. Like, basically play what you want. So I run 1 Dimensional Prison. This is simply because it banishes an attacking monster, and a lot of people don't expect it. Like, who runs a Dimensional Prison in their deck nowadays? Sometimes, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's saved me a couple times, because these days a lot of monsters rely on the graveyard effect. So if you banish it, it's not gonna trigger off their effect. So, and a lot of people, you know, they just, like 1 or 2 trap cards, they'll still attack. I find they'll still, they'll take their chances on it nowadays. So I'll still, you know, I'll just surprise them with 1 of these, and boom, it could be one of their best monsters that's out of play. Then I play a Harpy's Feather Duster. I play this because we don't have much board clearing in this deck, I feel like back row clearing, because I think all that you have, well, you do have Stratos, but you know, since you're using him mainly for his search, I feel like that kind of takes priority over his secondary effect. And then the only other thing we have is Masked Hero Acid in here, so he can wipe the back row. There might be a couple other cards, but I feel like it's just kind of like an extra, you know, just in case. Gets rid of the field. And then, since I don't have Lightning Storm, I play 2 Psychic Eraser Lasers. So this card is actually, it's pretty decent. So send 1 monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck to the graveyard. Then your opponent gains life points equal to the original attack or defense of that monster, whichever is higher. You can only activate 1 Psychic Eraser Laser per turn. So basically, I have this in place of like Lightning Storm. If I had Lightning Storm, I'd be playing 2 or 3 of them. I'd probably take out Dimensional Prison and play a 3rd Lightning Storm if I had 3. But still, this card kind of, you know, it kind of can do something at least, because it sends 1 monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck to the graveyard. So, you know, say they have 1 powerful monster on the field, like maybe they didn't draw into all their combo pieces, they get 1 good monster out, it's your turn. Psychic Eraser Laser, monster's gone if it doesn't have a negate or can't cancel spell cards. So sometimes this does help. It's kind of like, you know, again, it's personal preference, whatever you feel like is the best card. I mean, yeah, they gain life points, but if you get rid of their boss monster or something, it shouldn't really matter. Because, you know, then you'll have a clear field most of the time. All right, so for the extra deck, I run 1 Extra Hero Dread Decimator, 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver, and 1 Cross Crusader. So Cross Crusader and Wonder Driver are pretty much your main go-to combo pieces. It's, you know, I have all these in here. You know, it just depends on what you draw, what you can make, because you do brick, you know, sometimes you do brick. You're not going to draw your combo pieces every single turn, so, or every single match, so you kind of have to make the best of what you have. So that's it for the Link monsters, which all these are, you know, they're pretty good for what they do. Then 1 Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. So this is really good. Obviously, it board wipes your opponent. So, and it's good because it destroys all monsters your opponent controls, so it doesn't affect your field. And that's just if it's removed. So if you, you know, say you bring out Absolute Zero and you summon, like, you use it to Link summon Cross Crusader. This technically is removed from the field, so it'll wipe your opponent's field. So you can, you know, you can kind of play around with some plays like that. Vision Hero Trinity, obviously, if you're gonna go for an OTK, Elemental Hero Sunrise, he's good for combo pieces. And then 2 Dark Law, which you already know, basically the GOAT. 1 Masked Hero Acid, 1 Masked Hero Anki, and then 1 Masked Hero Blast. And to round off all the heroes is Evil Hero Malicious Bane. This is your big guy. So he cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And during your main phase, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card's. Also, this card gains 200 attack for each monster destroyed this way. Also, you cannot declare an attack for the rest of this turn except with hero monsters. You can only use this effect of Evil Hero Malicious Bane once per turn. So basically his effect doesn't matter to you because you run, the majority of your monsters are hero monsters. So you're not going to have to worry about his other effect after wiping the field, which he is an amazing field wiper. Like, sometimes he's saved my life. Like, I'll be against the wall and, like, I think it was against my friend, or no, this was on EDO Pro. I had like no combo pieces. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I drew Dark Calling. I summoned Bane, wiped their field, and I won. I ended up winning the duel just because of Dark Bane or Malicious or Bane. So you know, this card definitely saves you. Like, this is a really good card. I mean, yeah, it can get, you know, it can get removed from the field, but at least it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So that's a plus to me. And then lastly, your super poly targets are Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Protoplant Dragstapalia, and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. So these are all very good super poly targets, because this is 2 dark monsters, which most decks these days have at least 1 dark monster, or their big monsters are dark. 1 fusion monster plus 1 dark monster. So say your opponent has, like, say your opponent's playing Prank Kids, and they have Battle Butler or something, you can use Super Poly. Because I think Battle Butler's effect is only once per turn, so if they already used their effect or something. And then Mud Dragon of the Swamp, 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. So, you know, you could, and with heroes it's nice because they have a lot of different attributes in here. So you can just like match whatever their attribute is out on the field, or yeah, you can match their attribute and super poly with that. And again, you can, like, say it's a water monster that they have, you can get out your Absolute Zero, super poly, wipe their field, and you got a Mud Dragon. So it's like, you know, it's just, it's a lot of situational play here. But next I'll show you the combos. All right. So what you want to do is you want to tribute Malicious with Ferris's effect. You're going to special summon Ferris. Then you want to bring out Increase, because you can special summon him to the Spawn Trap Zone. Then you sacrifice Ferris to bring out Increase. And then you bring out Vision Hero Vion with Increase's effect. Then you activate Vion's effect, which, if this monster's normal special summon, you can send 1 hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Vision Hero Vion once per turn. Okay, so the monster we're going to send from the deck to the graveyard is Shadow Mist. But you don't activate her effect right now. So you wait on her effect. Because we're going to special summon her later to use her effect. So what you're going to do is you're going to use Vion's secondary effect, which is you can banish 1 hero monster from your graveyard and add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. So we're going to banish Ferris in the graveyard. And we're going to add a polymerization to hand. And then we're going to link away Vion and Increase to summon Cross Crusader. Then if this card is link summoned, you can target one Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You can tribute one Destiny Hero monster, add one hero monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Extra Hero Cross Crusader once per turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate either of this card's effects except hero monsters, which again, hero monsters is no problem because this deck is all heroes. So what we're going to do is special summon the Malicious with its effect. And then we're going to tribute Malicious again to get Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier to our hand. Then what we're going to do is normal summon Liquid Soldier. So when this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower hero monster in your graveyard except Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, special summon it. If this card is used as fusion material for a hero monster and sent to the graveyard or banished, you can draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. You can only use Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier effect, or you can only use 1 Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier effect per turn, and only once that turn. So, when it's summoned, you target your Shadow Mist from the graveyard, because remember we said we'll hold off on our effect. So you special summon Shadow Mist. And then, that way you get to add a mask change to your hand. Then what you're going to want to do is use Malicious effect from the graveyard. You're going to banish it to summon second Malicious onto the field. Then you will use Liquid Soldier and Cross Crusader. Oh, sorry, throwing my cards. You're going to link summon them to, or you're going to tribute them to link summon Wonder Driver. You're going to use Mask Change on your Malicious to summon out a Dark Law to Wonder Driver Zone, and then Wonder Driver. So, if a hero monster is normal summoned or special summoned to your zone, this card points to target 1 polymerization spell card, 1 fusion spell card, or 1 quick change, or 1 change quick play spell card in your graveyard. Set that target. You can only activate this effect of Extra Hero Wonder Driver once per turn. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, special summon 1 hero monster from your hand. So that's a very good effect. So since Masked Hero Dark Law was summoned to the zone, you can target the mask change and you can set it for next turn. So say it goes to your opponent's turn, you can go like boom, activate your mask change. So say it's, your end phase, it's going to their turn, and you can bring out a second Dark Law. So that's like, it's not an unbreakable board or anything, but it's still a pretty good, pretty good setup, pretty good start. something. And it puts, I like it because it puts a halt on a lot of their plays. Like, a lot of plays these days rely on, you know, graveyard effect. So with 2 Dark Law, they have to get rid of these 2 before they even start doing anything. So that's one of the main reasons why I like him. You know, Dark Law is a big interruption, and potentially to get rid of him if they didn't have like Lightning Storm or something, or Nibiru, because that is also a weakness to heroes, is Nibiru. But a lot of people don't main Nibiru these days, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. If they side deck it though, you know, you might be in trouble second round. But yeah, like, in order to get rid of your monsters, if they wanted to get rid of them by battle, they'd have to potentially sacrifice a lot of their monsters, like, to be banished. And a lot of their play effects, you know, like Virtual World relies on the graveyard. Eldritch relies on the graveyard. Drytrons relies on the graveyard. Like, so you can see how many monsters rely on the graveyard, because Masked Hero Dark Law obviously sends all their monsters out of play. So that's, to me, that's a very good setup. So for this next combo, you need Ferris and Stratos in hand. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to summon Stratos, and you're going to search Malicious to your hand with his effect. Then you're going to use Ferris to special summon, or you're going to use Malicious to tribute for Ferris, so you can special summon Ferris. Then you're going to do the increase combo again. And by the way, this is a combo for going second, because basically Bane, you don't want to put him on, you don't want to get him out on your first turn and then have him like get removed from play or something like that. So he's good on your second turn because you can board wipe your opponent basically. And then you're gonna tribute Ferris with increases effect to summon him to the main monster zone. And then you're gonna summon Vion with increases effect. And then you're going to, so this time you will use Shadow Mist's effect when you dump her. So you're going to use Vion's effect, dump Shadow Mist. You're going to use her effect to, let's see. So yeah, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 hero monster from your deck to your hand, except Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. You can only use 1 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist effect once per turn, and only once that turn. So yeah, you're going to use her graveyard effect to get Liquid Soldier to your hand. And then you're going to use Vion's second effect to banish Shadow Mist, since you already used her effect, to get a Polymerization to hand. And then you're going to link away Vion and increase to summon Cross Crusader. And then, which you would continue the combo from last time, you would get your Malicious, you know, from the grave, just like the last combo almost. Or it's, I mean, it's the same process basically. You get Malicious, obviously. And then you tribute your Malicious to get Evil Hero Adusted Gold to your hand. And so this is basically, this combo is why you don't want to draw Dark Calling. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you do. Like, if you have the combo pieces, you're fine. But here's why you use a Dusted Gold's effect by discarding him. So yeah, you can discard this card, add 1 Dark Fusion, or 1 card that specifically lists Dark Fusion in its text from your deck to your hand, except Evil Hero Adusted Gold. You can only use this effect of Evil Dusted Gold once per turn. Cannot attack. Oh, and this basically this card cannot attack unless you control a monster, which you won't really be summoning a Dusted Gold. So yeah, you just discard him, use his effect to get Dark Calling to your hand. And then what you do is you use Polymerization. You get Liquid Soldier and Stratos. Oh, okay. Then you fusion summon to get Sunrise. So, Holly's gone. So with Sunrise's effect, so I'll read it. So must be fusion summoned. Monsters you control gain 200 attack for each different attribute you control. You can only use each of the following effects of Elemental Hero Sunrise once per turn. If this card was special summoned, you can add 1 Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. When an attack is declared involving another hero monster you control, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So that's pretty good. So yeah, we're going to use his Miracle Fusion search effect, which is awesome, by the way. The effect that you can now search Miracle Fusion. So yeah, get Miracle Fusion to your hand. And then you're going to use Miracle Fusion on your Visioneer Vion and your Liquid Soldier. So those are removed from play. Close the graveyard. To get out your Absolute Zero, which is an absolute boss. There you go. And then with, let's see, Liquid Soldier, I think it is. So yeah, Liquid Soldier's effect. If this card is used as fusion material for hero monsters and sent to the graveyard or banished, you can draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. So, since I use Miracle Fusion on Liquid Soldier, you'll draw 2 cards and then discard 1, whatever the cards are, you know. Still, that's an extra draw, and you can pitch a card you don't need. So that's good. Yeah, so that's like, you know, free draw right there. That helps. So then what you're going to want to do is play Dark Calling. You're going to use it on your Evil Hero Dusted Gold and Vision Hero Ferris in the graveyard. Because I think Bane is like a level 5 hero monster and then an evil hero monster or something like that. Let me just double check. So yeah, Bane is fusion summoned with 1 evil hero monster and 1 level 5 or higher monster. Yeah, so obviously you use all of them to yeah, so these get banished. Basically, this is like a Miracle Fusion, but it can use cards in your you can use cards in your hand or graveyard. Because Miracle Fusion can only use from your graveyard. And then you would get out Evil Hero Malicious Bane. So then this would be kind of your end board, I think. Yeah, so this is your end board. So you see, oh, you got Absolute Zero, you got Sunrise, so you can, like, you know, destroy a card from their field. You got Bane. You can clear their board. Like, if this is your second turn and you get all this off, like, say they have no Nibiru, no Ash Blossom, you know, you get everything perfect. This is an insane setup. I think it's really hard to get over these unless they have, like, Lightning Storm or something. But then again, you know, you got Absolute Zero, so they'd... Well, if they have no monsters, it doesn't really matter, because Absolute Zero just clears monsters. But Bane, he won't be destroyed by it. So even if they had Lightning Storm, not destroyed. He also gains attack from Sunrise. Yeah, because Sunrise says monsters you control gain 200 attack for each different attribute you control. So you have a light, a water, and a dark, because Bane and Cross Crusader are dark. So that's 600 extra attack. So 3,600, 3,100, and 3,100. And Cross Crusader has 2,200. So yeah, it's like it's pretty good board, I'd say. And then also on top of that, you still have Malicious in your graveyard, so you could banish him, bring out your second Malicious. Say you had a mass change in your hand, boom, Dark Law or Enki. You know, you can sometimes Enki can help you win the duel because he attacks directly. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like this is a really good board. Yes, it's hard to draw into the exact cards you need. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, it's pretty hard. But on the upside, you do have all these searchers in the deck, so you can make something work out. You can do half a combo, you can do a partial combo. You know, sometimes you're not going to be able to get this full board out. Sometimes I've just summoned Malicious Bane on second turn and I've wiped their field. Like, he can, this card alone can save you so much. Like, this, like, he's pretty much the main guy in this deck. Like, honestly, I go to Bane more than I think any other card in here. So it's all, you know, like I said, it's all situational. It's all personal preference. Whatever you want, you know, you can make a deck however you want. As you can see, my deck's not even the same as Sam's on his deck profile. It's, you know, got a little bit of a different twist to it. The combo's basically the same. I mean, the combo's the standard, your standard end board combo, because you want to get the most out of it. And that's, you know, this, I felt like these two combos were probably the top two in this deck, in this type of deck. Like, you know, some other decks you'll see have Fusion Destiny. They run the, I think it's like some Evil Hero Infern Archer or something like that. Some other Link monster, or Evil Hero. Is it Evil Hero? I can't remember. But yeah, you know, you can, that's why I like heroes, because they're so versatile. You can use a ton of different monsters with them. I loved them back in the day because of all the fusions you can do. They still kept it up. You know, there's Bane, there's Sunrise. They're still making new fusions for the heroes. So it's like, to me, that's awesome. And their effects still hold up. Some of them still hold up to this day. So yeah, so, you know, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll get some more out for you guys, you know. Sometimes if I don't have the physical cards, you know, if you really want a deck profile, I can do EDO Pro. I can do some of my decks on there. So yeah, just let me know and show some support. Thanks.